Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me today for another episode of Gold Wingnut Live. Each week I answer your questions about things happening in Sumter County and the villages. These weekly broadcasts and the construction update videos I produce are two of the ways I bring information to you about the construction happenings here in the villages. At Gold Wingnut Productions, I also provide a photo video service for new homes under construction. If you're building a new home in the villages and you need someone to watch the construction for you and send you regular updates, then contact me through my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo video package for your new home. I've nearly 20 years in the construction industry as a project manager, and in the last 6 years, Gold Wingnut Productions has provided this valuable service to over 300 homeowners. I know the work the various trades are doing, and I know when the work's being done right and when it's not. I'm not just taking pictures like some others do. I'm watching your home build with a trained eye to help ensure everything is done right. So go to goldwingnut.com and arrange your package today. Now let's get started with the show.
Every workplace should have an emergency puppy, just in case someone is having a bad day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Wait, I thought we weren't doing Valentine's this year.
Well, I got you something anyway.
But you told me not to get you anything.
So you didn't?
No.
Are we at least going out to dinner?
Well, I thought we'd stay here and eat some leftovers.
Southern People's Court is now in session. Sir, it says here you've been charged with neglecting the gift and a failure to be romantic. How do you plead?
I don't know what's going on.
Innocent! My client is guilty of only one thing here, and that is being a good listener. Now, there is irrefutable evidence that my client on 2 separate occasions asked the requisite question, "Are you sure?" And on both times, his wife answered in the affirmative. Now, I am sorry, the gift of my client's undying love is not available for sale at the Hallmark store.
That dog won't hunt, Your Honor. The statutes are clear. Spousal code states that regardless of what she may say, a husband must purchase a minimum of 1 gift for his wife on Valentine's Day, including but not limited to chocolates, flowers, a card, a nice dinner,
A washing machine.
or a washing machine. Washing machine? It's in the same spousal code section as not answering honestly when your wife asks you if that dress makes her look fat. Which it does not, by the way.
That's enough. Sir, it is abundantly clear that your negligence has caused your wife emotional damage and forced her to get all gussied up for nothing. I order you to take her out to dinner immediately or face a 2 to 3 night sentence on that there couch.
Well, I guess I gotta take you out to eat now.
You ain't gotta do nothing. I'm going out.
Well, you win some, you lose some.
Buc-ee's is what happens when Toby Keith and Paula Dean hook up in a porta-john at a Nickelback concert. That baby comes out deep-fried, wearing a tank top and Oakleys, and emotionally attached to beef jerky. It's like a redneck pilgrimage. It's not a gas station. You don't stop at Buc-ee's. You answer the call. If you stop at Buc-ee's for like gas and a drink, it doesn't matter because you're going to leave with a brisket sandwich the size of a newborn, $147 worth of snacks you ain't never seen before. You get you a hoodie with a beaver on it because how else are you supposed to tell everybody you just joined a cult? And an abundant level of trashy confidence that would have you fighting an old lady if she touched your car. Their bathrooms are cleaner than most hospitals. Like, why is there a line of grown men going, "Hey man, you just gotta check out these bathrooms"? Now, I understand Jimmy Buffett has Margaritaville, but hear me out, I got an idea. If you took a Buc-ee's, threw in a Bass Pro Shop, a Crackle Barrel, and a Walmart, you would officially have a Southern utopia. You get the Golden Nugget Casino involved in this, people ain't leaving. You could have like Rodney Carrington, Larry the Cable Guy, Zach Rushing, and Ginger Billy, and myself, have a residency. People would come from miles away. Buc-ee's is the only place where a man wearing Crocs and gym shorts can stare at a lady making fudge like it's the Sistine Chapel. Look at that there, son. It's just magical how they do it. You don't leave a Buc-ee's refreshed. You leave a Buc-ee's changed. There's something about that place that changes you, like spiritually, like on a religious level. You just feel like you're home. And if you don't like Buc-ee's, hey, look, that's fine. Just know that the beaver never forgets. If Buc-ee's ever sold land, people would build churches on it. I just feel like it's like if Walmart and Waffle House went to therapy and found their purpose.
All right. Hi, everyone. It's Don, and this is Gold Wingnut Live. Let's go to the other camera. Hey, that's better. I can see myself better this way. Anyway, this is Gold Wingnut Live, and yes, I actually remembered today, but I wasn't, I made sure. It says Go Live button at the top of my show sheet, just to make sure I remembered. That's been embarrassing talking to myself for 15, 20 minutes at a time. So one thing to everybody, if you're in the Villages area, there is a tornado watch going on right now. Uh-oh. Do we not have sound? It's like a desert sandstorm out there on the highway. Okay, hang on. Can you guys hear me? Please, somebody respond. Just let me know. Ah, we have sound. Okay. So, I mean, everything my screen is showing me is you know, good. So I can show you what I look at. It's crazy. But anyway, yes, there is a tornado watch going on until 8 p.m. The National Weather Service now. Tornado watch means that it is, the conditions are right for it. If there's a tornado warning, that means one has been spotted. And if there's a tornado alert, that means bend over, stick your head between your legs, kiss your, never mind. No, it means that it is imminent in your area. So just be on the lookout. Pay attention. You know, if you have an Alexa, it typically gives you weather notifications if you have that turned on. It's as good as a weather radio in my book for most of the time. All right, so what do we got? Let's go look at some of the questions that we started with, and then we'll jump into my list, and we'll talk about some of the things that I had planned for today. Let's see. So this is from BV Bum 683. He says, is the Turnpike Exchange off of 470 open? It is showing up on Apple Maps as 470 McNeil Drive as open to travel to Orlando. Yeah, the 470 interchange is open. I just went by it yesterday evening, and they actually got welcome to the Villages on the new sign down there. Somebody told me about it last week, and sure enough, they were right. It's hard to keep up sometimes. So yeah, that's open. All right, what else do we got here? Love the Buc-ee segment. Yeah. I got into a discussion yesterday when I was out shooting. I was out at Long Prairie, and we're going to get into why I was wrong about something. Pardon me. But anyway, and they were saying, because I had made some comments that made people think I didn't like Buc-ee's. I've never been to a Buc-ee's. But you know, something about 100 gas pumps just It doesn't make a lot of sense. But anyway, so I did some looking, and yeah, I've passed them. I've never stopped. Probably never will. But I saw this video. I had to share it with y'all. Anyway, turn my timer on. Let's see. Okay. Sodfather says it looks like a desert sandstorm out there, with the high winds blowing across the open areas of new construction. Once I get my house, I want the construction to stop for everyone else. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Yeah, I got mine. So the Villages is now too big. I always love those. All right. So we do have sound. Question. Let's see. This is from the Monogram Mom. The Monogram Mom. Okay, good to hear from you, Monogram Mom. New person chiming in. And she asks, question, how does the Villages finish the backyard of a lot that backs to the Postal and Rec Center, looking at lots south of Central Lake? So if looking at lots south of Central Lake, you must be looking at Lakeview. It really depends. I have seen bushes, I have seen walls. It just depends. I would have to take a look at see what they're planning for that, but I don't know off the top of my head. But you get to enjoy your neighbors when they come to visit. Hang on, I'm thinking about Oak Hollow right now because a friend of mine, Dave, who works over at Olympia, he and his dog Duncan, I meet them most mornings over at Sophie Doodles. We were talking about this, and his house backs up to that postal station and there is nothing blocking it. So yeah, again, it's going to vary from community to community. All right. Let's see. All right, this is a good one. If there's a tornado warning, does a siren go off to warn the people? I am unaware of any siren in the area. Sorry, not that I'm aware of. I've been here 12 years and never heard it. Let's see. We don't get any tornado warning notices from the Sheriff's Department or the Weather Channel. Okay. There are no tornado sirens in Florida. They don't happen that often. What? There's lots of tornadoes in Florida. Anyway. Hello, Victoria. Good to see you again. How's life in New Jersey? Freezing, I'm sure. So I did have a quick question. How many of you are watching on a big screen TV? And I just realized as I said that, you probably have no way of typing a response. So yeah, that was pretty dumb. It just came out and it's like, okay, the brain is broke. But I look at there's a lot of analytics in YouTube that show you, how many views you got, how many people are watching, where they're watching from. Most people watch from the United States. Many though watch from Great Britain. I've had some from Saudi Arabia, so on. So, but one of the things that they show you is the operating system and the platforms. And for most of my videos, about 60% of the viewers are watching on a big screen TV. That's part of the reason why on my videos I've gone to showing them in 4K, to uploading them in 4K, because it's if you're going to watch it on a big screen TV, you might as well get it in 4K. All right. Let's see. All right. Whoa. Let's see. All right. I'm getting all kinds of traffic in here. Don't get any tornado, Victoria. How everyone? Yeah. Unfortunately, they don't have any sirens that I'm aware of. John says, "Is this 5% surcharge on water used something new with this drought, or do you know?" Yeah, the surcharge actually I don't know where the surcharge goes. I'll be honest with you. I've wondered that myself because this isn't the first time they've done this. Yeah. Good question, John. I don't know where it goes to. Sure would be nice to know, though, huh? Let's see. If I have some friends that are on the NSCUD board, I will reach out to them next time I see them and ask them that question. In fact, I'll probably be running into some of them next week. All right. Let's see. VSFY 2023. Many of us get tornado warnings on our phones. Yep, you're right. Tornado warnings. Son of Ma Barker. Hey, it's been a while since I've seen you on there. I've heard the electric rates are much higher in Eastport and Middleton areas. Is this true? You know, I would have to look at my electric bill. It's hard for me to answer that question because one of the things that changed when I sold my old house and bought the new house was I don't have a pool. And I used to have that pool pump running 8 hours a day, so it added to my electric bill. I'm pretty sure, though, that no, I'm not. I don't know. I'll have to go dig into that and figure it out. Yeah. Maybe if I got time during the break, I'll look at my apartment's electric bill because that's up by Lowe's, and I'll look at the rates on my, Moultrie Creek home. All right, let's see. I watch on the big screen TV and my phone so I can get chat. Okay, that's good, Mushki. Big screen watching. Victoria watching on a big screen and phone. Same. Okay, so that seems to be a fairly common thing. Very windy and the clouds are rolling in. Great. Watch big screen on the phone. Okay. VSFY 2023 says, all right, ran the numbers on Seco and Duke, and the bills are about the same per megawatt. Okay. Let's see. I checked the Sheriff's Office app and the Weather Channel app, no mention of tornado. Is there a better source? This, I looked over at the Alexa here in the office, and before we went live, and that there was some message waiting, and it said it was there until 8 p.m. this evening. All right. Let's see. So Megan wants to know, is there a map somewhere online that shows the new street names in Long Prairie and Merritt? The county website is only showing some of the streets, even though they're already all labeled. Yeah, they're labeled like you would not believe. The area south of the Marsh Bend Trail, okay, where the big dirt pile is, the what do they call that? Stockpile yard. Those streets are named. I seen a map the other day, and it had them named. Anyway, the best I would know of, well, you know what, let's switch over to the web browser. All right. I was testing to make sure I actually was live. We'll get back to that. All right, so this is the Sumpter County website. We're going to zoom in. We'll jump up to the county. Come on. Looks like I zoomed in too far. All right. Okay, there's Lake Panasoffkee. There we go. We're going to zoom in to right there. And let's see, subdivisions, lot and tract numbers. Sometimes it takes a minute or two for the data to come up. Okay, so this is where those plots were at. All right. Let's go look at the the property appraiser's map. They definitely have them. There's 301, Sumter County. Okay, doo-doo, there we go. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, so some of them I know are labeled in here. Yep. Let's see if we zoom in a little bit more. FEMA flood zones, partial numbers, addresses. Yeah, okay. Not showing up. I don't know. Getting data. Oh, great. Now we got all kinds of stuff showing up here. Oh boy. If you can see the all right. All right, we're going to turn off addresses because that has really bogged down the system. It's a lot of data to chew through. All right, let's go back. So, you know, some of it is there. If the lots are there, you can click on the one of the lots, and what you call it? It will show you the street address for each of the lots. I'm trying to think, where else have I seen it? Maybe OpenStreetMaps? They're usually fairly up to date. Dry Creek, that's where I was at looking last time. Here, let me transition over here. Right now what I'm looking at is a website called OpenStreetMaps. All right. And I am, there's Bexley, oh, there's Landstone. All right, it's not showing anything. Nope, nothing yet. Okay. You never know what you find. Okay, let's see. Let's get back to things here. We talked about that. There's a map. Okay, we talked about that one. I watch you on iPad and Daytona on the big screen. Now, Jim, that's smart thinking. Watching the Daytona. We'll talk about last week. Oh my gosh. Don, could you take a minute and look around your house to see if Nancy is there? Okay. All right. I don't know I don't know any Nancy. You know what? I got smart today. I brought my coffee pot, so I don't have to go running for coffee. And you guys know me. I am hooked on coffee big time. Let's see. Okay, so this is Jim Cozy says, "Hi Don. As a new Seco customer, my bill shows electric charge, energy charge, customer charge plus energy charge. The customer charge is $1.30 per day. Does that mean I pay $1.30 per day even if I use zero electricity?" Yep, that's exactly what it means. That's exactly what it means. All right. So, you know, this week we got the Daytona going on, which I'm sure is much more exciting than the not so Super Bowl last week. Wow. Talk about a letdown. It was pretty boring. In fact, you know, I was watching it with Debbie, and we were both kind of like, okay. When we got to the halftime show, well, we'll talk about the halftime show in a minute. But we ended up going over and watching 1883 for an episode of that during the second half, and then tuned back in for the end of the game. It was pretty much a letdown. It wasn't a very exciting game at all, I didn't think. But, you know, look who was playing. What do you expect, right? No, I know. We got a lot of diehard fans out there for both Seattle and for, what was the other team? Oh yeah, New England. But who cares? Anyway, so one of the questions I asked last week was the halftime show. You know, which halftime show are you going to watch? So I have endured both. I was But yes, you hit it. It was an absolute embarrassment. If you, dang it, my Apple Watch is always making all kinds of noise. I'm gonna turn it off. But I listened to the lyrics, the dancing. It was terrible. I was embarrassed. I don't know what the NFL has got, but this is right up there with, they're taking a knee. Yeah, so yeah. And I'll be honest with you, I also watched the other halftime show, the Turning Point USA show. Honestly, I was pretty bored with it too. I mean, yeah. The whole thing was a disappointment. The game, I mean, there were a few exciting plays, but overall it was a boring game. And the lyrics on the Bad Bunny or whatever the heck his Jackrabbit's name is, if you've seen the translations, they were disgusting, absolutely disgusting. If they had been in English, it probably would have been nothing but a beep tone. And yes, I've seen more than one person do translations of them, and they all read the same. And yeah. All right, let's move on from the Super Bowl. Let's see. Well, okay, we got some more messages here. Russ Kuhn says, Roku-based TVs can turn on comments. Ironically, it overlays the ads on the right, making them match the left. Okay, that's interesting. I don't have well, I have Roku. It's on one of my it's on pretty much all my TVs built in, but I use Apple TV for most of what I do, either that or Amazon Fire Stick. Let's see. Yeah, Trina, I agree. I was surprised it was allowed. I wonder sometimes where our morality is going in this country. Anyway, let's move on. Let's see. What is the first day of play at Beautyberry? Thursday. Thursday coming up is supposed to be the first day of play. My understanding is there might be a day or two of preview. They do that typically on a course. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, Sodfather watches on his big screen TV through Apple TV, and then uses his iPhone. Do all the Long Prairie lots have water views sell out already? Last I looked, I thought I saw one. You know what? Let's go take a look. So this is the Village's map. Let's go to Homes. Homes. Search Homes. Come on now. I got a gigabit internet connection. There we go. We're going to go down here. Oh, you can see a couple of little dots. And there's some interior lots left. Yeah. All the water view and all the golf course view lots are sold. I was really impressed with the water view lots. I mean, the prices were reasonable, and they all pretty much had great views. Now, a lot of them are facing due south. Man, if you're here in the Villages and you've got a lanai that faces due south, you'll know it can be a little intense. My Moultrie Creek house, the lanai faces due west, and I get some pretty intense sunlight, so that's why we put in motorized shades. All right, so I made a comment. I was wrong about Long Prairie. What was I wrong about? I thought they wouldn't list until sometime next month, and I'll tell you my logic. I was looking at the overall map and what was available, and I saw a lot of patio villas, courtyard villas, and verandas still not listed. And because they weren't listed, I knew they were coming up. You can see them, they're under construction. There's some over in the south end of Oak Hollow and LaGrange that are under construction. So I erroneously thought, I was thinking sequentially. What I overlooked is it's two different markets. So they're doing things in parallel, okay? They're doing lots and they're doing verandas, courtyard villas, and patio villas really on two separate tracks because it's two different customers. Not everybody wants to build a custom home. So that explains why, 2 weeks ago they listed the Lakeview properties. Here they go. Now they're listing these. It makes sense. I will rethink my timelines going forward. Let's see. What else do we got here? Any updates on Eastport? It would be nice if they allowed food trucks when they have live music. Just grab a snack. Yeah, that would be nice. Of course, you have the, what's it called, Yamas. They have food that you can get there. But I agree, it would be nice to get some nice food there. It's balancing with the merchants that are there. So I'm trying to think. Really, I mean, in the other town squares, mostly I'm familiar with Brownwood. So let's see. There's Scooples. There's City Fire. You can grab something but not really grab and go. There's really nothing really where it's grab and go, but it's an interesting concept. Let's see. Let's see. Grateful. I'm assuming it's Grateful Dead. Have you heard about new grocery store going to Eastport? We're building a house in LaGrange on Sack Rider Path, which we find a comical street name. I held my tongue on that one. I'm sorry. Being located on that part of the lake. Okay. Yeah, the name, and take a look at the shape of the lake. Enough said. So no, I have not heard anything new on the grocery store. I was browsing through Facebook, and some people are talking about, there's rumors about Trader Joe's, and I will say that Trader Joe's was not on the short list. I had discussed with somebody based on some knowledge, but if Trader Joe's comes here, it's Trader Joe's decision. But it's a tough market. The Villages, I say, is a tough market because you have to deal and be willing to deal with the cyclic nature of business. Anybody that lives here year-round knows that come May, man, life is good here in the Villages. You can get into a restaurant like that, go into grocery stores, they're not packed, and then come November time frame when the seasonal residents start coming back, it changes. But with that change like that, well, it's good for us, it's bad for the merchants. Because they have to be able to cover their operating costs at a lower volume of business because of a lower number of customers. Plus the demographics here is different. We buy different food. We don't buy the same things, so the profit numbers are different, and they have to be able to adjust and to that. Walmart's figured it out. Obviously, Publix has figured it out. Publix has figured it out. But we'll see who goes. Let's see. So when do you think the next release for Long Prairie will be now? Based on what I'm seeing, 2 weeks. 2 weeks would not be unheard of. there's a lot of lots there ready. And they are prepping even more as they move farther north. So work is going quickly. I was out driving around there yesterday. It's impressed with what I saw. It's going to happen really fast, and it looks like it's going to be a great area. Let's see. Have you heard about the bands that will be playing on Sunset Island? I don't know of any that are going to be playing on Sunset Island. I know that there's the stage across from the island, but there. Sorry, when my brain starts thinking, I just grab for my coffee cup. Just old habit. But no, I'm not aware of any bands that are going to be playing on the island. I've not heard of that anyway. Let's see. Mark Edwards says Sack Rider is not an appropriate street name. I don't. We'll move on. Well, let's see. Let's see. On the concrete wall built homes, are the inside walls 2x4 construction? Also, on the outside walls have frame on the inside. Okay, so what you have, Eddie, is the exterior walls are precast and they're concrete reinforced rebar with rebar on 12x12 centers, both vertically and horizontally. On the interior side of that concrete, they put a 1-inch piece of, it's a 1-inch thick piece of high density insulation, and then there is a 1-inch furring strip, and then they put the drywall. This gives them room to run electrical and things like that in the wall, and still maintain insulation. All the rest of the interior walls are the load-bearing walls and architectural walls are 2x4s wood. The non-load-bearing walls, which would be like some of the bedroom walls, they're going to be steel studs, or they're steel. They're steel studs. When I say architectural, if there's like an archway or something weird, unusual, I don't want to say weird, unusual shape, then it's going to be wood, because wood is very easy to work with. Load-bearing, both for the trusses, there's generally a load-bearing wall down the center of the house someplace. That is a 2x4 with double studs and double headers. But also, if they're going to hang hang cabinets on a wall, it's going to be 2x4. So maybe your laundry room wall is 2x4 typically. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty much a standard house otherwise. All right, let's see. Wow, you guys went crazy here. Well, let's see. Any date on Publix in Middleton opening? All I've heard is sometime late this year. That's all I know. They've been doing a lot of work over in that area. The parking lot's done. Some of the concrete's poured, but they have not broken ground on the building proper yet. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll know better once it gets going. FYI, there's also a street in Long Prairie called These Nuts Drive. Okay, homeowners insurance renewal in the Florida let's see. Homeowners insurance renewal from Villages Insurance, now Baldwin Group. Actually, it's been Baldwin Group for 11 years. 44% increase. House is 4 years old, bought new. We'll be shopping around. You know what? I shop around just about every year. I am not loyal to State Farm, Allstate, or any other insurance company, because they sure as hell aren't loyal to me. All they care about is bleeding me for as much money as they can, and rates go up. I go back into I deal with the Baldwin Group, the Villages Insurance, and every year I shop my car insurance, my motorcycle insurance, my golf cart insurance, and my renter's insurance and my homeowner's insurance. Looking for a better rate. You know, again, no loyalty, because there is no loyalty to us. Hello from Hammock at Finney. Laptop connected to big screen TV. Love it here. So close to Eastport. Did you enjoy Valentine's entertainment last night? Okay. I'm not sure who that is, but all right. I'm getting an alarm someplace. Oh, okay. So yeah, last night I went to a live entertainment. What's it called? Let's see. The Cellar Stage Shows is the name of it. And it was at the Grand Oaks Resort up in Weirsdale. It's about 3 miles from 441, just past the post office in for Lady Lake. Gentleman was singing love songs. What do you expect for Valentine's Day? The entertainment was pretty good, pretty good. So let me show you. So they have some shows coming up there. It's called the Do-Over Dinner. Apparently it's a comedy, and it's a comedy musical. They are, oh, jeepers. There's 4 dates for it. They're only showing one. Come on, Do-Over Diner, excuse me. All right, so I know it's February 20th, and they're a 501c3 that runs this, and I had a good time. I'll be back. You'll be seeing some advertisements probably in my nonprofit moment with them on my videos. When I'm approached by a nonprofit, and this is the 30-minute videos that I do, I reserve a spot there for a 30-second ad for nonprofits. I don't charge them for it. I just advertise it for them. And yes, I do screen the nonprofits. And yes, the ones that I choose to put on there are my choice. There are some nonprofits that I do not agree with, and I won't support them. So that's the privilege I have of being the business owner here. Let me see something. Let's see. Come on now. Where'd it go? All right. Yep. So anyway, it's Stellar Stage Shows. StellarStageshows.com. If you're looking for information about them, let's see. There we go. Here we go. The Do-Over Diner is 5 p.m. Friday, February 20th and 21st, and Friday and Saturday the 27th and 28th. If you're looking for some live entertainment, it's enjoyable. Please support them. And if you do decide to go there, let them know that you heard about it on my channel, just so they know that where it came from. All right, let's see. Talking about street, one way about oh my gosh. Let's see. All right, let me see. Okay, I lost where I was at here. All right, I got to back up here. Okay, we got Finney. We saw that one. Long Prairie Lauderdale lots. Thought not quite at. They went quickly, but not quite as fast as the one on Central Lake. Yep. Yeah, there is almost an endless demand. Your on-screen question. Wife and I watch on TV. We cast from app on the phone, which freezes video on the phone while playing on TV. We also use phone to make comments. Okay, yep, that's good to know. So Caveman770 says, are you running a special for new Long Prairie lot owners? Yes, I am. Between now and the end of the month, it's $50 off the basic package and $100 off of the deluxe package. And if you're getting a pool, I'll cut the price of the pool package, the pool edition, off of that. So that could be another, what is that, $40 or $50 off of your package. So go to my website, goldwingnut.com, and click on the link. Let me show you. We go to Gold Wingnut. Yeah, here we go. So this is go to Home Construction Photo Video Package. Click on that, take you here. It describes what we do. There's our prices. Fill out this form and send it. And I've been hearing some problems with the webpage. I don't know what. It doesn't do it on all of them. If you do have a problem, fill it out, take a screenshot, or just send me the data that I'm asking for in an email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. About 1 in 5 times it stops working. I don't know why. But yeah, so again, $50 off of the base package, $100 off of the deluxe package, and half off any pool editions. So that could be easily $150 off your package, which is a pretty good deal. Let's see. And again, I'm not just taking pictures, okay? As I say in my ads, I'm a retired construction project manager. I know how these houses are built. I've been watching them for 6.5 years. We've done about 400 homes now, so I know what to look for. Again, we're not just taking pretty pictures. We're taking and looking out for your house. And as I tell most of my customers on the phone, you know, you buy a new car, it's 60, 70, maybe a new truck for $100,000. And they roll it out of the factory or out of the dealership, and there's a scratch on the door. Would you take it? Absolutely not. I don't know anybody who would. You're spending 5, 6, 10 times that much on a house. It should be perfect, because I'm pretty sure that the check that you write is perfect. You know, they want to get paid. Well, you want exactly what you paid for, so it should be perfect. No excuses. All right. Always shop your insurance. Talking about street. The Grange, there's one called, has a one-way. Always traffic both ways. Okay, one way. Yeah, it's like I play Mexican golf. When I miss, it's one more time. Anyway, find a funny sack rider pass, especially because our names are Dave and Divinity Cox. Okay. All right. All right. Let's take a break. I'll be right back. Thanks for sticking with today's broadcast of Gold Wingnut Live. Pardon me for just a minute while I go grab a fresh cup of coffee and stretch my legs and back. While you're waiting, let me ask you a quick question. Are you building a new home in the Villages and need someone with a trained eye to watch the construction for you and send you regular updates? Then contact me through my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo video package of your new home. I've nearly 20 years experience as a construction project manager, and I've been offering this valuable service to residents for over 6 years. I know the work the various trades are doing, and I know when the work is being done right and when it's not. Fortunately, serious issues are rare, but even the most minor issues are better caught during construction than during closing. I'm not just taking pictures of your home like others do. I'm watching your home being built with a trained eye to ensure everything is done right. So go to goldwingnut.com and arrange for your package today. Now let's get back to the broadcast.
Thank goodness you're here. Please save him. Take deep breaths. Everything's gonna be okay. Dispatch said y'all are down here visiting friends and he just fell down.
No, he didn't fall down. He slowly laid down and then closed his eyes.
Do you want to tell her or should I?
Oh no. Is he dead?
No, it's just Possum.
He's a possum?
No, he's playing possum.
I don't understand.
He don't want to leave.
But we have to. Our flight back to Minnesota is in 3 hours.
Minnesota, in the winter. Oh, you're lucky he's just playing dead.
I would fight you.
It's just an involuntary reaction. We can bring it back with some smelling salts.
You can't be serious.
I know. I'm more of a Zatarans man myself.
Ooh, is someone cooking gumbo, jambalaya, or etouffee?
Oh, he's eat up with it.
Eat up with what? What does that mean?
Ma'am, it looks like your husband's contracted a case of southernitis. Do you know what blood type he has?
I think it's...
Gravy.
Oh, hey, is that in everybody's veins down here?
Is he gonna be okay? We really do need to go back home.
It's hard to tell the severity of it. We're gonna have to run a few tests first.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. We're back. That happens when you hit the wrong button. All right. So, welcome back. Okay, let's do the other camera. There we go. I don't know why I keep hitting the wrong button. Anyway. All right. So, we had some stuff come in. Something about, okay, we talked about One Way. Dave and Divinity Cox, not going there. So Craig wants to know, do you think they will move north on the west side of Bush Boulevard up to Central Parkway before moving over to the east side, he corrected himself, east side of Bush Boulevard in as they build in CDD 16? Just based on the timelines and the way things are going, I think they're going to go, when they get about halfway up on the west side of Bush, they'll start doing the east side, and then they'll move them both up together. That's just the way it looks right now. You know, you got Timberline and the Lakes executive courses. They're a little farther behind. We're talking, you know, they're saying, you know, late this year that those two courses will be opening. I believe that's what Kenny Azell said in one of the videos. So I think what we'll see is it'll go up, and then the other side will go up, and then eventually they'll both hit Central Parkway, and they'll jump over Central Parkway, and then start building north of Central Parkway. Let's see. My wife and I just purchased a designer home in Long Prairie on Coonwalker Way. Hope to see you soon. Okay. Well, Walton, you know, be sure you if you're not local, and I have many locals that do it also, give me a call or, you know, reach out to me via my website about a home construction monitoring package. Let's see. This is Roy and Karen. We enjoyed it too. Okay, good to know. And Riven Medical Spas. Okay, says your service was amazing. I highly recommend it. Thank you very much. Sack Rider, yeah, that's from Sack Roofing. I've actually met the owner of Sack Roofing. Nice guy. Know his son-in-law also. Let's see. Good question, Sodfather. Do you think the Long Prairie lots sold will go to design and get built at a normal timeline, or are they selling the lots well ahead of when construction will start on the homes? No, I don't think the timeline's going to change. You know, figure a month out for your design week, and then a month from design week to the completion of design week to actually breaking ground, and then roughly 2.5 to 3 months for the build. So you're talking, 5 months out from now. So where are we in? February. So mid-July, people are going to be starting to move in Long Prairie. All right. Let's see. Okay. Road hammer. When it comes to insurance, there's another factor to consider. It doesn't matter how cheap the premiums are if they don't pay out in a claim. There are huge differences in payouts between companies. You're right. Yeah, the sickness that needs no cure. They do quite a few of those videos, and this week they definitely were right on top of things. Let's see. Appreciate all the photos and drone footage you are doing for us. So fun to watch our homes take shape. Well, thank you, Susan. I appreciate it. All right. So let's talk about some of the other things that I had on there. Once again, anonymous complaints is starting to raise its head again. And a friend of mine, the guy who took my place as the chairman of CDD 10 when I moved on to the county commission, Mr. Jack Miller, good friend, golfing buddy for the last 12 years, he put it best. What are you going to do with the information once you get it? Are you going to apologize for not following the deed restrictions you agreed to? Or are you going to confront them and seek retribution? Because that's the only two reasons that you need that information. Because your deed restrictions, who complains is irrelevant. What's relevant is you agreed to the deed restrictions and you're not following those deed restrictions. Whoever identifies it, okay. Do I think it should be actively enforced? I do, okay. But there's a tremendous cost with that. And when you look at the number of houses, you could easily be talking one person per CDD, so now you're talking 16 people now. Plus you need, a couple extra bodies just to let people go on vacation and things like that. They've got wages, benefits, they're going to need a vehicle, computer, phone. You're talking $250,000 per person per year when you take into account all the costs, and it's going to increase the administrative costs, and that's all would have to be reflected in your maintenance assessment. So best I can say is be careful what you ask for. You may get it, but at this point there is no plans, as far as I know, to move forward with an active enforcement. No, Community Watch can't do it. They are tasked with something different. They have to make their rounds. I believe it's 3 times a shift. That's a lot. Or no, is it once a shift? I can't remember if it's 3 times a day they go down every street, or 3 times a shift. I think it's 3 times a day. So every shift has to make a trip down every street. And, they keep pretty busy already. Let's see. What else was I going to say about the deed restrictions? Oh, yeah. Retribution. It's a problem, okay? On the county side, it's called code compliance. And amazingly, that's one of the topics in our county workshop coming up this week on Tuesday evening at the Gold Dome building, the Village of Sumter County Service Center over on Powell Road. We're going to be talking about code compliance and the different departments that are involved with that. For code compliance issues, you're not allowed to have anonymous complaints. And believe it or not, retribution is a major problem, not just in Sumpter County, but throughout the state. So, there are counties, Sumpter County being one of them, is looking to modify the no anonymous complaint policy, and what we're looking to try and do is go with the complaint is anonymous until it goes before a magistrate. So we can go through the whole process. It only goes to a magistrate if you don't bring your property into compliance. At that point, then there would be an unmasking of whoever filed the complaints. But yeah, that's a big issue. Again, it's a matter of you agreed to some terms and you're not following them. If you don't follow them, whoever identifies it is irrelevant. Really is, because you're not in compliance. Face your accuser. Go look in the mirror. Okay, hold up that piece of paper. That's your accuser. All right. Haven't heard anything on tornadoes. And let's see. Appreciate all. Okay, we talked about that one. Bless President Trump. He needs our unwavering support. I agree. No updates on the tornadoes. Let's see. This is from Victoria. Her comments when she's made a donation. I appreciate the donation, Victoria, as always. Great to have good supporters like you. What do you think will be next after Long Prairie? Thanks for everything you do in putting these lives and all your videos together. All right. So next would be Merritt Field, and talking about Merritt Field, let's see if I can. Is it 2? Yeah. So this is the Pullman Recreation Center. Now, right now, they're building the Mustang Recreation Center. This is Pullman. On the far left side of the screen, I can't show you with a pointer. I just realized that because it doesn't work that way with this. But on the far left side of the screen is the starter shack for Beautyberry and Honeysuckle. And this is the big parking lot when you go in there that you see right now. They haven't broken ground as far as I know on the construction. I just shot some video footage of it yesterday. I haven't even had a chance to review it. So this is like half a mile north of Mustang Recreation Center. So Mustang Recreation Center is coming along very quickly. So this is Pullman. I'm assuming it's something railroad themed, as in Pullman car. And I say that because Mustang, it's not about cars, by the way, it's about horses. And then there's the rock and roll one. So they're changing their themes on their villages' recreation centers. So we'll see. Playing on February 12th every 2 weeks. Okay. All right. So I just thought I'd share that with you. I had that queued up. Something else I want to share with you. Let me bring up this one. So this is the air handler unit that's out in the garage, okay? And that little white box that's on the left picture that's above the carrier sign, that is a little tiny level switch. There's a little float inside that box, okay? And there's wires going off. You can see it on the other side. And it should look like the picture on the left. If things get backed up in the drip pan, it will raise the dip switch. Why would it get backed up? That's the drain line going off to the left that's insulated. This will shut down the air handler if the water level gets too high. Okay, or if you get, basically it starts backing up. If you look at the one on the right, there is a pair of elbows in it. That one will, once it trips, you're never going to restart that air handler. My friend Jeff Monash over at Village Air Filters, he sent me this picture on the right, and that is an improper installation. It needs to look like the one on the left. It should be, that switch should be level. So the one on the left is the one in my Moultrie Creek house, and the one on the right was the one Jeff sent me. So, yeah, definitely something to look out for. If you got a new house, look for that. It should be level, not with that the two elbows there to lower the level. All right. Somehow the chat's not working properly. The Muds are playing on February 20. Okay, I'm not sure what that's about. I think people who are willing to turn in their neighbors over minor issues need to be accountable for their neighbors, also to return the favor. You know, okay, yes, that's called retribution, but is it really the person who turned them in the problem? No, it's the person who's not taking his deed restrictions seriously because they agreed to it. There are a lot less complaints than there could be since most people are willing to just overlook minor issues. You're right. Most people overlook things, and you know, I think it's better that way. It's when you get the house that gets out of control. That's when the complaints really start. Of course, you get some there. You know, somebody has a garden gnome in their front yard. It's a deed restriction violation. Okay. If they have 50 of them, then it's just ugly and an annoyance. And those are the ones that really that happen to get turned in. So Mike wants to know construction behind Walgreens at Lake Deaton. Yes, that is a Mavis tire store. So that's going to be a tire store there. I've had a bunch of people ask that, and I knew what it was. I just could not remember for the life of me, so I went looking through my notes after the last show, and sure enough, and I've got some footage of that already shot for 165. Let's see. That was on my things. Oh yeah. I'm hearing now that Walmart on Morrison 44, they're looking at first week in March. That is the rumors that I'm seeing and hearing, which has changed because it was the second week in March. There's been a lot of people, there's been a lot of cars parked there for stocking the shelves and things like that. So they're getting ramped up. If you drive by at night, you can look through the windows and you can see the shelves are getting stocked. The same thing in the gas station. They're getting really close. So, you know, what are we looking at? 2, maybe 3 weeks, and that'll be open. That'll be great. We'll see how the traffic goes. Let's see. Sodfather says, when do you think they will remove the remaining interior lots for sale on West LaGrange and build spec homes instead? Looks like they're ramping up the construction workforce in West LaGrange now. Yeah, West LaGrange just started really moving up. I flew it 3 days ago. Yeah, 3 days ago I think I flew it. And there was one house. It was a wood frame house, and it was completely framed. And it's like, that was the only house there. It's like, wow. And then I got up and saw that a lot of foundations are going in. So yeah, it's starting to spring to life. It should be any time now. Actually, you know, I'm surprised they haven't pulled them already, to be honest with you. Another tire store next to Wawa on 466A, maybe. Looks like there's a garage door open on the west side. Yes, I believe it is a tire store also. Revive medic skit. Sorry, let me just keep going. Take me forever to to pull through some of these names. I don't mind the rules and reporting. If you follow the guidelines, you won't have issues. Agree. I've seen some really poor taste in my life and appreciate the standards. I agree. You know, when I bought my first house here, I was one of those that read the contracts right there in front of them, and okay, the lady rolled her eyes when she looked over at Debbie, and Debbie just said, yeah, he's one of those, and she rolls her eyes. But I sat there with yellow sticky and pen and pencil, taking notes, asking questions. I didn't agree with everything, but I knew I had to abide by it, but I just so I made sure I understood what was being requested and told, and it was through all the documents. I'm really anal when it comes to contracts. I signed a contract once, cost me 6 years of my life, and joined the Navy. Now, I joke about that. Joining the Navy was one of the best things I ever did. One of the best things I ever did in my life. Marrying my wife, probably the best thing I ever did. It's been 44 years that we've been married, so yeah, it's been good for me. But 20 years in the Navy was good for me also. Let's see, John says, is Sumter Tire on 301 a good place for an oil change? I can't answer that. I've never used Sumter Tire. The place where I'm trying to think, what was the name of it? I've bought tires at Wildwood Tire, but I've never gotten an oil change. In the past, I did my oil changes up at the Goodyear. Is it Goodyear? Yeah, Goodyear store over by Sam's Club. Now I take my wife's Honda, goes to the Honda dealer, and my truck will be going back to the Ford dealer for an oil change because there's some warranty issues that I got to get addressed. Yeah, that's best I can tell you on an oil change. Rush Kuhn says, any idea what HVAC systems are offered during design? I'm hearing you need to upgrade to a 4-inch thick filter. Need to upgrade to get 4-inch thick filters. I suspect Carrier Infinity system. Sorry, I'm a York man myself. The company I used to work for owned York. Johnson Controls owned York, and that's who I worked for. The 4-inch thick filters are standard on all the new homes. And the Moultrie Creek house has it. Every house I've seen in the years I've been doing the home pictures all have 4-inch filters. My Courtyard Villa had the 4-inch thick filters. If you're gonna have the 4-inch thick filters, I definitely recommend give Jeff over at Villages Air Filter a call. He's got a reusable one. You pull it out, you hose it down, shake it out to dry out most of the water, slap it back in, and you're good for 2 months. Very easy to maintain, does a really good job. Let's see. And any veranda homes being built with water view? Oh, good question, Victoria. I missed one of the comments here from Eddie. I'll get back to you, Eddie. So Victoria wants to know about water view lots in Long Prairie. I will take a look for verandas. Drop me a quick email or send me a text message. You have my number, Victoria, and I'll take a look this evening. Let's see. Eddie says, I always say joining the Navy was the best mistake I ever made. Like you, I am Nuke Snipe. Okay, yep. So Nuke means he worked on the nuclear power plant, and a Snipe means he worked in, that's a nickname they give to the mechanics and the other rates that work in the engine room. I was an electronics technician, but I worked in the engine room also. So nickname for me was a Twidget. So it is what it is. I loved working in the engine room. It was incredible. I had a $1 billion nuclear reactor that I got to play with on a regular basis, and it was cool. I know that sounds really scary. You get in a different mind frame when you are taking care of these plants on a day-to-day basis. No lack of respect for the plant. We took our job very seriously. Maintenance, there was only one specification for maintenance, and that was it was done perfectly, or you continue to work on it until it was perfect. But drills and training, man, that was fun times. There was nothing better than shutting down a nuclear reactor at sea and having to do an emergency startup. That was fun. Anyway, let's see. Do many streets in the villages, why do many streets in the village, not have curbs? I haven't seen any sidewalks yet. Okay, So what the Riddler is asking is, many of the streets don't have curbs and sidewalks on very few. So the streets generally all have curbs, all right? And I say generally because what I'm on the streets for Designer and Premier homes, they have curbs, okay? For verandas and courtyard villas, they don't have curbs. Many of them have what's called ribbon curbing, which is a level curb with the asphalt, and that's to stabilize the asphalt, so it doesn't break apart. If you go up north of 44 and look at the multimodal paths, you'll see it. Go into a courtyard villa or veranda or a patio villa community, you will see the ribbon curbing. So the curbing is there. Part of the reason the reason that in the verandas and courtyard villas they don't have curbing is because there are no storm drains along the edge. The storm drains are in the middle of the street, and the water drains to the center. So there's no reason to have curbs. And in fact, it allows the lots, if we've gotten a lot of rain, especially during the summertime, what you will see is the streets are dry for the most part, but there's always trails of water draining into the streets from the yards on courtyard villas and verandas and patio villas from where the yard is draining into the storm drains. Let's see. As far as sidewalks, there are some sidewalks along the major roads. There is no requirement to have sidewalks, and so because there's no requirement, they're not going to build them. Sidewalks, they're incredibly expensive. Yeah, I know people are going to say, well, what about 44? That is part of what's called Complete Streets. It's the program initiated by the state to give great accessibility, better accessibility to everybody, to I guess to walk down the street, to use their wheelchair, what have you. That's a state program. It's state funded, so the county isn't involved in that. But there is, there's no state requirement to have sidewalks, so there's no reason to put them in. They're expensive, extremely expensive. Let's see. Excuse me. Thank you. No problem, Victoria. She says thank you. Mary Lang says, what's going into the building on Bingham between Finney and DeSoto? I don't know. I have not been able to find anything out. I only looked a couple of times, but I'm not seeing anything yet. As soon as I see something, I'll let you know. I guess I need to just drop a information request off with the county so that I can get that information. I get my information from the county the same way everybody else does. If I get information through those avenues, I can share it. There is stuff that is in the works that is still confidential, and I'm not at liberty to discuss. I know people say, well, you got to have government and open. Yes, there is, but there is also for development confidentiality laws that allow us to take and work with companies and that intend to move into our community. Let's see. Let's see, Don, how do you handle a neighbor who has Trump derangement syndrome and throws out F-bombs to the neighbors? All right, throw a Trump mega driveway party. I've been fortunate. I haven't had to deal with that. You know, people are going to have their opinions. Best I can say is, I really hope that they release the Epstein file list of participants, because I am not worried about the White House in that list, but there are a lot of people that are on the other side of the aisle that are concerned. You know, those files, nothing came out of Washington, out of D.C. on them while they had them, and but President Trump signed whatever they call it, an executive order to release all the information. Yes, they have to do some screening and that, some redacting, but other than that, they're releasing thousands of pages all the time. All right. So somewhere in the sun, yes, no, sidewalks, we agree, very expensive to replace or install, very problematic for for homeowners. Yes, they are. One of the big problems is if they're settling or tree roots, and you start getting, you know, the plates start lifting, you are responsible for basically grinding down, repairing, and maintaining those, and so that they don't become a trip hazard. I can remember as a kid growing up in New Jersey, my grandmother used to live in Cranford, and my aunt and uncle, Jerry and Cindy, they lived a couple of blocks away, and I used to go there when I was a kid, you know, third, fourth, fifth grade, that time frame. And this was an older community, and lots of trees, and lots of sidewalks buckling and that. And more than once I tripped and fell because I was yakking and not watching where I was going. All right. But yeah, they can be very problematic and very expensive to maintain. When you live here, you realize that, okay, Mushke says, when you live here, you realize there is no need for sidewalks in the villages. In the neighborhoods, the streets are empty, and we walk down the center of the streets. It's awesome. I'm not going to totally agree with you, Mushke. But for the most part, most people are doing 20 miles an hour or less, as the speed limit requirements say, and it's not a big deal walking down the street. You know, when I walk Lily and Sully, if somebody's coming, I'll step into the neighbor's yard. I don't let my dogs urinate and defecate in their yards. If they do, I mean, it's hard to stop a dog. When they got to go, they got to go. But I always carry plenty of bags, and I clean up after them. But I will tell you, it's not the sidewalks that I see as a problem when I'm walking down the street. What I see as a problem is the people cutting the lanes when they make a left turn. They will cut into the right-hand lane of the street they're turning onto. And in my courtyard villa when I lived over in Hillsborough, we had a renter cut the corner, came right around the corner, and nose to nose, and crashed into a community watch vehicle right in front of our house, because we were right there on the corner, because they cut the corner. That is a bigger problem than the sidewalks, in my opinion. Let's see. We rode over to the new Walmart this morning on our bikes and got the official opening date from an employee. Okay. Okay. Can't wait for March. Okay, so March 4th to head over to Eastport area with our trailer attached to the bikes and load up. Okay. So I assume you're saying that March 4th is the date for the opening of Walmart. That's cool. Can't wait to be sidewalk free. Okay, that's an interesting, I've never heard that one. All right. What else was on my list? Holy mackerel. Are we really at 20 after? I've been babbling on and babbling on. Sorry about that. Last thing is water matters, water restrictions. District offices put out the wording. Let me try that again. The watering schedule has been modified. Go to districtgov.org. You will find the information. One of the things you can also do is go to Water Matters. Let me see if I got it. I know I got it over here. All right, okay. I went to, because this came from the Southwest Florida Water Management District. Oops. All right, we're going to get the right page here. Browser. There we go. So this is the Southwest Florida Water Management District. And towards the bottom, it says the district declares modified Phase 2 water shortage. Okay, and if you click on that, they give you the watering schedule. Now, I have not, I've looked on the InScud website. I can't find their direction on this, but there is one statement, let me find it here. Okay, other restrictions listed in modified pay include annual pressure washing or preparation for painting and sealing is allowed. No HOA or other entity shall enforce deed restrictions or other community standards requiring an increase in water use, including replacement of plant material to meet aesthetic standards or pressure washing. In other words, you can, the deed restrictions, if your grass is struggling because of a lack of water, if you're watering once a week, that's all that can be mandated. They can't mandate you watering even more. Fountains can't be run more than 8 hours a day, and you can only wash your car at home on, your watering day. And if your house number ends in 0 or 1, you can water on Monday. 2 and 3, water on Tuesday. 4 and 5 on Wednesday. 6 and 7 on Thursday. 8 and 9 on Friday. And locations without a discernible address also water on Friday. Let's see. There was one. You can do low volume watering also, in other words, hand watering. You can do that anytime. And there's some things about larger plots. I saw it a little while ago. They talk about using reclaimed water. Maybe it's under Water Matters. Where's it at? Oh yeah, here it is. Reclaimed water. Reclaimed water is only subject to voluntary watering hours unless restricted by the local government or utility. So I don't know where that one sits, whether the utility has put out this. I don't know if the villages, the district government falls under that, but if the county puts it out, then it would. If the city of Wildwood puts it out, then it would. So that's kind of a gray area. I don't have an answer to, but there you go. So that's that website I'm at is. Let me back up. Where'd it go? Oh yes, it's so it's Southwest Florida Water Management District, swfwmd.state.fl.us. That'll get you to their homepage, and you can see the information there. Also, districtgov.org, you'll find the information. All right, let's go back to. Oops, wrong camera. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like March 4th for Walmart opening. And Greg R. says, I had a community watch vehicle run into me in my golf cart a few weeks ago. Luckily, no one was hurt, but I'm still waiting for their insurance to figure out to fix my cart. Really? I'm sorry to hear that, Greg. Wow, that's pretty unusual. Okay, and M. Young, okay, great. Anyway, I've seen one sign up for the building on Bingham. It's for Spectrum. Okay, so Spectrum's going to put a place in there. So I would expect Spectrum, maybe a mattress store, a cell phone store, a hearing aid store. Got to have one of those. Yeah. You know, there you go. Let's see. I want to just go through my list here. I think we've covered everything I had planned. I think we covered everybody else's topics. So, you know, it is 4:30. We have gone an hour and a half today, and there was no 20-minute dead time. Okay, a few CDD board agendas I've seen recently had SwiftMut enforcement plans. Okay, that's good to know. I haven't really looked at the CDD agendas lately. I've been, as you can imagine, quite busy with the county ones. You know, these workshops that we do for the budget, because we are in budget season right now. It started last month. We go through every department, looking at everything. If you're interested, please come to the budget workshops. You can ask questions. There's a public input section. The agenda is already up, and lots happening there. Really is a lot happening. So as always, life is short, power is fleeting. Physical beauty lasts only a short while. All of us who live long enough will also become weak and very vulnerable at some point. So let us be humble, help the sick, the weak, and the vulnerable. For one day, we too will exit this world, so let us do it with humility, dignity, honor, and the knowledge that through our actions, we have left this world a much better place. I'm Don Wiley. Thank you, folks. It's been great talking with you. You know, remember, you can also call in. I have my phone always set up, ready to go. I got my headphones, everything. We can talk live. And of course, don't forget the special for Long Prairie, now through the end of the month. $50 off the basic package, $100 off the deluxe package, and 50% off of the pool edition if you're doing a pool. Until next week, I'm Don Wiley. Have a great day. We will see you. Thanks for watching today's broadcast of Gold Wingnut Live. These weekly broadcasts and the construction update videos are two of the ways I bring information to you about the construction happening here in the villages. At Gold Wingnut Productions, I also provide a photo-video service for new homes under construction. If you're building a new home in the villages and you need someone to watch the construction for you and send you regular updates, then contact me through my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo-video package of your new home. I've nearly 20 years in the construction industry as a project manager, and in the last 6 years, Gold Wingnut Productions has provided this valuable service to over 300 homeowners. I know the work the various trades are doing, and I know when the work is being done right and when it's not. I'm not just taking pictures like some do. I'm watching your new home build with a trained eye to help ensure everything is done right. So go to goldwingnut.com and arrange for your package today, and I'll see you next week right here at Gold Wingnut Live.
Dogs love sleeping in their owner's bed for 3 powerful reasons, and the last one says everything about your relationship. First, to your dog, you're not just a human. You're their safe place, their family, their whole world. Sleeping close to you gives them a deep sense of security. It's their way of saying, I love you, and I trust you completely. Second, dogs adore warmth. Your bed already cozy and warmed by their favorite person. To them, you're like a living blanket, comforting, soothing, and impossible to resist. And the third reason goes even further. Dogs have a natural instinct to protect their group. Even while sleeping, they stay slightly alert. By sleeping beside you, they feel like they're watching over you just as you watch over them. A dog will never sleep somewhere they don't feel safe. So if he chooses your bed or even uses your arm as a pillow, that's not random. It's a sign of absolute trust. Does your dog sleep with you too?